Vamana got buffed recently, and now with those buffs, I think he has really good solo lane potential and a little bit of potential in the jungle as well. But that's only if you're going to be building him correctly, and that's what I'm here to teach you in today's video. So we're going to knock out the build straight away, then we're going to go into tips and tricks for depending on how you want to play your Vamana, and then finally I'm going to put him on the tier list. I'm not going to be talking specifically about changes that happened in the balance patch this week because I already discussed the patch notes and posted that on my channel, and I'll post that in the information card for you. So go check that out after this video. So let's start with builds. As I said earlier, I think Vamana has potential in both jungle and solo lane, and we're going to start with the solo lane build first. So this is going to be a more tanky style build, less bursty. So as all ability spamming warriors do, we're going to build into our gladiator shield first, then we're going to go warrior tabby, then I prefer to go into breastplate of valor for more cooldown reduction. That's going to make up the core of your build. Then, depending on what the enemy team has, you're going to need some magical protection. Pestilence is not a bad option, but if they have no notable healing to speak of, going into Genji's guard is also a good play. Or Shogun's for the extra attack speed. Just kind of depends on how you're doing. Then finally, for the last two items, go Frostbound Hammer and Spirit Robe. We no longer build Hastened Katana on tank build Vamana because with the new alt passive, you don't need the extra attack speed. You just gain the movement speed and you just wallop them. Frostbound Hammer slow is better, it makes you tankier, and this is the build that I like to use. So now let's talk about building Vamana for the jungle. This build is going to be a lot more attack speed oriented, but we do have a few power items in there to help smooth out our power curve. So for the start of the game, you're going to want to rush into your warrior tabby, then you want Crusher. After that, you're going to want Hastened Katana. For the jungle build, having the ability to glue to someone is important. Now, of course, after the core of the build is done, you do have a lot of freedom with the rest of your build, but usually the items I like to pick up to finish off my jungling build are Stone Cutting Sword, Magi's Cloak, and Frostbound Hammer. So those are the builds I like to run with Vamana. They have a lot of utility in their given roles, but in general, now let's talk about some tips and tricks for how to play this god. First and foremost, let's talk about ability leveling order. In the jungle, I recommend upgrading your 2 to max first, then your 3, your ult where you can, and then the 1. If you're in solo lane, I recommend changing this a little bit so that you're upgrading your 3 to max first and then your 2. But if you're laning against something like a Chang'e, keep up with the jungle build order and just poke the mage down, look for early kills. The next tip I have is your role in the team fights. You are disrupting and trying to murder the backline. Some solo laners are just looking to stall for time while the carries do work. Vamana is just straight up gonna kill people. So here's the plan. Your ult is your most effective tool, and this ultimate makes half the cast of gods useless. So if you're playing against a Vulcan or a Scotty, you can kill them for free because there's no way to peel off the giant baby. Just ult, hold left click right up next to them, and watch their health bar disappear to 0. That is your goal. Eliminate a carry. You can do it every team fight late game. You can even do it the moment you get Frostbound Hammer online. Hell, sometimes you can do it sooner than that. It depends on how your laning phase goes, but long story short, you're broken strong in team fights. Finally, as Vamana is very much a late game kill the carry kind of god, we want to get him to that point, so prioritize farming where you can. Ganks are awesome and they help your team out, but in the end, you can carry the entire game if you get enough gold and get all your items online, so don't be afraid to look for that. So as you can see here, I have put Vamana in the first pick or ban tier. This is because he is incredibly strong. Just remember the things I've mentioned in this video. Play aggressive, build appropriately, and run down the immobile carry. Good luck, keep it casual, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care now.